Shalom Vracha. How are you doing, sisters and holy brothers, brothers and holy sisters, sweethearts from somewhere over the rainbow? The Creator wakes us up to find the truth, to look for it, to have a heart that is desiring it. That's what we're doing, desiring Hashem, desiring the truth, hoping for redemption to come, hoping for salvation to come. So we are progressing in the amazing book of the letters of Rabbi Akiva, deep explanations of Rabbi Akiva on the structures of life, on the nature of the world, and how the Creator made heavens and earth. There are some very nice topics here that I wanted to share with you as well today. And Be'ezrat Hashem, let's start. So, it's written that in the time that the righteous people, it's written that in the time that the light will be seen, so then the righteous people are happy in a great joy, great happiness. And the Creator himself, that he is the source of good, that he is goodness itself, he will be the one to pay back the good to the ones who made good things with their lives. So we're talking about the righteous people who did great things in their lives and dedicated their lives and to good and to be kind and to be sweet. And therefore the one who knows the truth about everyone will be the one to pay back goodness for their good deeds. I just remembered a story on an amazing righteous man. His name was Rabbi Yosef Schwartz. Everyone were calling him Grandpa, the grandfather, Saba. And there's a story that I read once about him, that he was walking in the central station of Tel Aviv, and suddenly he saw that there was a woman working as a prostitute over there, and the I don't know how you say that in English, the person that was like holding her, that was her boss, he was threatening her and he was screaming at her. And Rabbi Yosef Schwartz, like you're talking about a very like old person, he was a Holocaust survivor. He came to that criminal, to that violent person, and started talking to him and convincing him to let go of that poor woman So he told him, "What are you talking? She's working for me. Like, stop, go away, walk away." Started to talk bad to Saba Israel Schwartz. And then Saba Israel came to him like again, over and over, trying to convince him to let go of this poor woman and to let her be. And he refused. And that person went to his car, to his fancy car or whatever, and Saba Israel walked after him. And that person started to threaten and say bad things to Saba Israel, to tell him like, leave her alone. And so I'm saying Saba Israel, but I mean Yosef. I'm saying Saba Israel because there is another righteous man that his name was Rabbi Israel Dov Odeser, that people called him the Saba as well. So that's where my confusion started. So two righteous people, but we're talking about Rabbi Yosef Schwartz and not Rabbi Israel Dov Odeser. Both of them named the Saba. So the one that we're talking about, Rabbi Yosef, he went after this person and started like begging again and again, and while he went into his car, and then this guy, this criminal, went into the car, was very, very mean and rude to Rabbi Yosef Schwartz. And then Rabbi Yosef told him, "Listen, if that's gonna be your decision, if that will be the way, so I must tell you that you will not finish this day. if you're not going to let go of that poor woman, you're not going to finish the day. And of course it was not a threat or anything from side of like being harsh against him. Like if you would see a picture of him, so like we're talking on a very small person, very thin and skinny and very old, and orthodox with long beard and a hat, whatever. And he told that person, if you're not going to let go of that poor woman, I must tell you, you won't finish this day. And that person cursed him or told something rude again, and like closed his window and sat in the car. And that's it. And Saba Yosef Schwartz went away from there and was waiting. And after 1 hour, suddenly there was an ambulance that came and took that dead man out of his car. And we're not talking about no kinds of spells or black magic, or it was just that this poor woman was a precious soul that fell into that horrible place in her life and found herself so miserable and in such a rough place. And Rabbi Yosef Schwartz wanted to give her an opportunity. And after a while, he came back and he found that lady, and he took her into his house, and he helped her and he took care of her, and he helped her to build herself back. And after a while came to him a very nice scholar, a very nice and gentle person, and told him that he's looking to get married. And Rabbi Yosef Schwartz told him, I have someone in my house that she's like a daughter to me, she's a daughter to me, and she will be a perfect wife for you. And he connected them, and he took that woman out of the gutters, out of the lowest place of them all. She was working as a prostitute in the central station. It's like nothing good in it, nothing fancy in it, nothing successful in it, nothing beautiful in it, nothing nice in it. It's like all bad, completely bad. And he was able to find with his compassion that soul, because he had such love to every person, to every soul, and he found it in his heart, the motivation to go and to even to fight, even to go into arguments, into fights with criminals, and why they all called him Saba, Grandpa, why everyone called him like that, because he was hugging and loving and accepting everyone, and to everyone he would become a grandfather. He would become that person in your life if you met him, if you knew him. So those are the righteous people. Righteous people does not have to be in a certain shape or following a certain code. They're just like a good old grandfather that he loves and cares and have compassion for everyone. For him are his children, are his siblings. For him it's all like we're all here together to succeed and to win, and they're doing the best that they can. Okay, so those righteous people, when the light is coming back to the world, so they are enjoying a great, great joy. So the Creator, He is the founder of the world to come, and when He is revealing it, we see that He built into it, into the world to come, all kinds of light, all kinds of beautiful shine, that is like the shine of the power that is hovering up on the throne of honor. And He's renewing the world in a way that is similar to the mornings, like that in the morning the sun comes and shines the world with light and the world seems to be new. Also, the world to come will look to us in a similar way, like it's a new world. And the light will shine in the world to come, and that light is the light of the Shechina. The Shechina is the Spirit of God that been sent down to earth to supervise and to help and to assist and to be with us. It's like a feminine spirit. It's like it's like a loving mother who never forgets her children, like that it's written on Rachel Imenu, Rachel our mother, that she is still crying on her children and refused to stop. She's always keep on crying and keep on hoping for them, and that's the way that the holy mothers are receiving from the Shechina Kedusha. The Shechina is the source of that feeling. They are the source of entity, loving entity. Okay, I'm learning. Hopefully one day I'm gonna remember those amazing words. Entity. I'll try. I'll work on that. I want to. Okay, so she, the Shechina Kedusha, she is illuminating the whole wide world. And okay, now next explanation. How the Creator is renewing the world. The Creator will come in power and greatness, standing like a lion, and with him treasures of force, and to his right a huge army of hidden powers, and hidden powers to his left. He is wearing charity and covering himself with grace, strengthening himself with strength of power, and revealing the new sky. The sky of this world, now we're going into an explanation about the sky. The sky of this world are 1 out of 70 from the new sky of the world to come. And when we're talking about the world to come, we're not talking about heavens. We're not talking about what a person is experiencing when he dies. We're talking about the new sky of the day of redemption, when the Creator will renew this earth for us, for the ones who will enjoy the redemption. So then we will see the sky, the new sky. Which sky? Sky that will be 70 times holier, brighter, shinier, deeper, more wonderful than the sky that we know as of the sky of today. And we're not talking about the gray sky that you look now out of your window in a winter day. We're talking about the best sky ever, the most wonderful, beautiful sky that you can reach on earth to see. Wow, that's the most wonderful sunset I ever saw. When watching on the ocean. Even those sunsets are 1 out of 70 from the beauty of the sky that will shine upon us after the redemption will take place. And the land of this world is also only 1 out of 70 from the new land of the world to come. And all kinds of precious stones and precious stones and good stones will be revealed in this new world, and the earth are all shiny. All kinds of earth will shine, will be golden and shiny, and every moment and every hour, loaves of clean bread and in high quality, pat nikiya velechem meshubach kshehu afui, that is baked, will come out of the land. The verse in Yov is saying the land that bread will come out of, and all kinds of tastes and flavors to those delicious kinds of food, and every person that will eat from it will enjoy that new bounty. The mountains of the world to come are all made out of precious stones, and all the hills are good stones as well. It's written here precious stone, even yakara, and then it's written margaliot. Margaliot, maybe it's rubies, but it's it's a general name for good stones. So you have even yakara, precious stones, and also good stones. It's like gonna be a huge bounty of beautiful stones, and they're gonna be, and all the world will be filled with smell of perfumes, of good smells that will revive the souls of the righteous ones in every hour and hour. And every righteous person, and every chassid, and every wise person, and every prophet that are keeping the Torah, and all the people who were keeping the Torah, the Creator will inherit, every one of them, 310 worlds. And every one of them 300 miles in the new holy land of Israel. Also the land of Israel will expand and will grow, and every one of them will inherit 300 miles in the new land of Israel, and 13 rivers of pure perfume like the rivers of the Garden of Eden. Gichon, Upishon, Vechidekel, Ufrat. Those are the 4 rivers of heaven, of the Garden of Eden. Shlosha lechol ruach. 3 to every wind, and 1 means 3 to every side, and 1 in the middle. So 13 rivers of amazing perfume that will make great smells over there, like that was in heaven. And all the trees that will be seen in the world to come are all rising like the dawn, and very wide and very thick and very tall, and the fruits are coming out every day, bringing divine fruits out to the world, heavenly fruits who looks like the light of the sun in the noontime. Those are the highest fruits of the trees. The middle fruits of the trees will look like the light and shine of the moon in the east, and the lowest fruits that will come out of the trees will look like the stars when the dawn is rising. 365 kinds of food, means different fruits, will come out of each and every one of those trees, and their smell, their amazing smell, will conquer from one side of the world to the other side. It means that the whole world will be covered with the great smell of those fruits. 248 flavors can be tasted in every one of those trees, and the smell of the grass of the field like the smell of the Garden of Eden, and the smell of the gardens will be as the smell of the Garden of Eden, and the smell of every baby and all the babies will have the smell of the temple of Beit HaMikdash, that inside of the temple there will be smelled all the perfumes, all the good smells that exist in the world. And one of the names of the temple is Lebanon. And why are we calling him Lebanon? Because it's making the crimes of Israel Levanim, white. It bleaches the crimes from being red to be white. The nights in the world to come will be like the light of the sun. There will be no more darkness, and the night will shine like the day. And every darkness of the world to come will be like the light of this world. Means that the most illuminated place that you know from this world, that's how darkness will see in the world to come. And the light of the world to come will be like the glow of the Shechina HaKadosha, of the, what you said before, entity, holy entity. Let me check that. Here we are playing with the Facebook comments. You see, I'm getting savvy. Where are you? Entity, loving entity. Yes, I'm doing it. We're all doing it. We're doing it together. Okay, so the light of the world to come will be like the shine of the loving entity, of the Shechina Kedosha, like a person that cannot look at the glow of the sun in the afternoon, in the noontime, in the summer days, in the hour that the sun is standing in the peak of its strength and power. That's how shiny the world will be. Verses. That's amazing. Now, this is one part that I wanted to read for you. Now I'm skipping. I'm jumping. Jumping to the next part. Are you ready? Okay. And it's written. Now this portion is talking about the nation of Israel. And if you remember, I told you that the nation of Israel is not only, the Jewish people that we know today. No, the Israeli people are all the souls of Israel. And I compared it once to a parent, to a mother, that she has nine children, let's say, and she sent them to the park, and they're going and playing and whatever, and they come back in the evening, and 8 out of 9 came back. And everyone comes back with his stories, and this one is telling his mother, it was amazing in the park, I was sliding, I was jumping, I was playing, we saw this, we saw that. And everyone is coming with his amazing stories and trying to tell his mother how great it was and fantastic it was. And she is all the time counting to see, like, 1 is here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 8, only 8. So, like, she's stuck, where's the 9th? And then she stops everyone from their amazing, beautiful stories that she really wants to hear all of them. But she's asking, but listen, where is Bracha? Bracha, she's not here. What are you talking about? Where is Bracha? Bracha is still out there. Who saw her? Where is Bracha? Even though that she wants to sit and hear the stories, and she really doesn't have anything more important than to hear those stories, if Bracha, she is not home yet, there's nothing to do with those stories. They're not interesting. We need Bracha in the house, and then we can sit and talk. So that is how the Jewish people looks today in the eyes of the Creator. You're doing amazing things, and you're beautiful people, and you're fantastic, and you go and you pray in the synagogue every day, and you put tefillin, and you cover your heads, and you're learning Torah, and you're modest, and you're eating kosher. But Bracha is still out there. It's not time for your stories. You're amazing and you're doing great, and I want to sit and listen to each and every one of your stories. But the rest of the children of the Creator that are as important as you, they're still out there. They're still in the darkness of the exile. And we're talking about mothers and children, we're talking about soft people, we're talking about sick people, we're talking about thousands and hundreds of thousands and maybe even millions of people, or maybe even hundreds of millions of people that are the children of the Creator, that are the children of the one that you called him Father. Your father is Jacob, you're calling yourself Am Yisrael. Why are you calling yourself Am Yisrael? Because you're the children of Israel, right? But Israel, he had more children. Not only Yehuda was his child. He had more children. He had 12 tribes. And all those tribes are his children. And as precious and important to him. So as a loyal child to your father, you need to go and look for your children, for your brothers of your father's children, of your mother's children, that they are your siblings, they are your sisters, they are your brothers. And we cannot move on with our stories. Yeah, I learned Gemara today, I finished this Masechta, I did this, I went to that, I made it. Like, okay, amazing stories, I hear you. But what with the rest of our siblings? What with the children of our parents? What with the children of our father? What's going on? So the nation of Israel, welcome to the new understanding. It's not only the Jewish people. The nation of Israel are all the children of the lost tribes, of the holy tribes that came out of the 4 wives of Jacob. Jacob was married to 4 different wives. 2 of them were sisters, and 2 of them were servants of the sisters. He had 4 tribes. Out of those four wives, came out 12 tribes, 12 children of the house of Israel. And all those 12 children went together to Egypt, and all of them were working as slaves under the kingship of Pharaoh, and all of them been redeemed by Moses, and all of them accepted the Torah by Moses, accepted the Torah on Mount Sinai, and all of them walked into the Holy Land of Israel by Yoshua bin Nun and inherit the Holy Land of Israel. And 10 out of 12 tribes been exiled after building the first temple. And when they've been exiled, they never lost their attachment to their father. Maybe they themselves lost their identity. Maybe they themselves lost their memory, their tradition, their connection. But like that the Creator knows the history of every drop of water and every fish in the sea, how exactly he came to his position, to his location. The Creator knows all the hidden things and all the mysteries. He knows exactly where are the lost tribes and who is an Israeli soul and who is not. And when we are talking about Israel, we are talking about all the lost children of Jacob, all the 12 tribes. And the Creator is saying on them, on us, including all those souls of Israel, that all of them, the Creator in the future will sit with all of them hugged between his arms. And all the people, not only the people of Israel, all the people who will have a share in the world to come are sitting in front of them, and not only them, also all the babies who died in their mother's stomachs, wombs, they that never saw the light of the world, the Creator will revive those babies in the world to come, and he puts them all to sit in his laps, thousands on thousands to his right, and tens of thousands to his left. Ribevot alafim, tens of thousands times thousands in his lap. And the verse is saying that the Creator is attaching all the souls to him. And he feeds them with all kinds of delicious food, and he feeds them with all kinds of sweets, and water them with pomegranate juice and wine that he himself made, feeds them with potion of life, and satisfies them with the righteous ones who will have a share in the world to come, and feeds them and let them enjoy from all the goodness of the world to come. There is more to read, but we're going to do that later. Thank you so much. May Hashem bless us all. Don't forget your true identity. Don't forget who you are. Go and shine. Spread the truth, the love. and the treasures that are treasured inside of you with the world. Be who you are, and don't be embarrassed to show your greatness to the world. Bless you.
שום דבר כבר לא יעצור אותי